what a day it is down here, Sammy. It'd be a great day for a bit of touch footy. We just need a ball and some mates to play with.
Oh, I've got an idea. Just give me a sec. Hey, couriers, please. Can I please book a delivery? It's nice to have you on our team.
Perhaps it was the long sunny days, or a way for different cultures to connect. But the idea of getting out there and having a crack has always brought out the best in Australians. We became known as a great sporting nation. Then something changed. We became spectators instead of participants, so busy looking at our screens that we stopped looking after ourselves. It's not healthy. Right now, we need to start moving again as though our lives depend on it. Let's move our activity levels from barely there to bursting with life. Let's target at least 30 minutes of heart rate raising physical activity a day. Because if we don't move it, we lose it. Search Find Your 30.
Click and collect Pizza Hut pan pizzas. 3 delicious flavours, 3 great sizes, 3 amazing prices. From just $3. That's unreal.
Good times, Pizza Hut.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2019 National Touch League here in Coffs Harbour. And we have a men's open game underway now on field 1. It's the Victoria Storm versus the Brisbane City Cobras. I'm joined in commentary by Queensland Touch Football High Performance Manager Tristan Manor. And Tristan, good to see you, mate.
Scotty, nice to be back here in Coffs Harbour with some touch footy, eh?
Oh, it's good to see you, mate. And we've reverted back as well to the old traditional NTL of old. The Elite Eights has evolved into the NRL Touch Premiership. We've gone back to the men's and women's open divisions here in the National Touch League. So a lot of purists and traditionalists over the touch football years who have played in the opens divisions will be happy to see it back. And you'd probably have to say Brisbane City Cobras. They've got a long history in this division, and they're probably going to be one of the teams to watch this week.
Mate, great setup there. Hayden Moffat playing for Australia in the upcoming World Cup. Really nice to see him put that ball behind the back. That Timmy Bart's diving over. We saw him do that a few times in the Premiership, mate, Scotty.
Yeah, one of the players to watch. He's a real leader for this Cobras side. One of the leaders in the Brisbane Broncos team in the Premiership as well. So plenty of strike power. And there's another one who's going to finish it off for the Cobras. It's James Courtney in the corner. They open the scoring early on in this men's open match. It's 1-0 to Brisbane City.
There you go, mate. It's been a great start by number 7, Hayden Moffat. I'm sure we're going to see him more throughout the weekend. It's really nice to see Brisbane Cobras back. You know, these boys will play for the Broncos, and it's nice to see them repping their own colours coming out of that Brisbane City there.
Yeah, I think it means quite a bit to some of the players to be able to represent the regions in which they come from. Like I said, there would have been a lot of these players, although it's a youngish side, it's been quite a few years since they've had the chance to represent the Cobras or the newly formed Victorian Storm. And also probably for the Storm as well, with the T-League in the Elite 8, they haven't had the opportunity to play men's open touch for quite some time, so it's a great opportunity for them to come back towards the pack and test themselves out in some of the strong regions within New South Wales and Queensland as they turn the ball over the Storm.
Yeah, mate, it is a nice opportunity. Their women's team has done quite well last year, making the final of the T-League, so good to see the men developing as well. So we see Brisbane come over halfway.
So just nice and easy for the Cobras here. Sean Hooper, another one of their experienced players, and Cody Green as well. Definitely one to watch. He's in the Australian Men's Open team. They're heading over to Malaysia very shortly.
Cody left to right.
Yeah, it's what he's famous for, Cody. But the ball goes down from the Cobras, so the Victoria Storm here, they're going to have to do the hard yards to get out of their end of the field. And you feel they might work towards their sub-box here in this set.
Yeah, mate, there we go. We can hear them building the new clubhouse in the background.
Yeah, exciting things happening here in Coffs Harbour. You would have seen across Touch Football Australia's social media, the grandstand new sections, the North and South, were open officially on Monday, so perfect timing for the NTL this week. And they're working on the middle section as we can hear in the background. So this time next year, we're going to have a world-class stadium. It was always a world-class stadium, but a brand new grandstand here in Coffs Harbour, and I'm sure it's going to bring some big events to the region in the future.
Oh, yep. Referee gets them for offside there, mate. It's nice for the Broncos. They can get a nice fresh sub, get a good start. Broncos, there you go.
Oh,
hey,
going
habits.
back. Yeah, the old Elite 8 habits, unfortunately.
There we go. Those players out there.
So it was a few years since the Opens have been at the National Touch League. The Elite 8 format was here for, would have been about 5 years, I would say. The North Queensland Cowboys, the final Elite 8 champions, as the Cobras have got the Storm on the ropes, but a big play there in the corner had to be shut down. It was Lincoln Stanley from the Victoria Storm. All or nothing on that one, otherwise it's going to be try time to the Cobras.
Yeah, mate. Liam Bauer putting down a nice phase play there with Moffat. So it's good to see Ken Adams out there standing at link, directing traffic.
So it's Moffat, Bauer. Bauer with the ball again. Nice short ball off the hip. Didn't have to be anything too fancy. And another experienced player from Brisbane City, Liam Bauer, throws a nice little ball out there. And 2-0 now to Brisbane City.
Yep, Lockie Carmichael, not the tallest guy out there, but he's had a massive impact since the start of the game. Lots of energy. He's
definitely one to watch. We've had a bit of an eye on him over the last 3 or so years. I think he's come out of the Cav Road system in Brisbane. Plenty of talent. And like you said, he hasn't got the biggest bit of timber on those legs, but he can definitely make up for it with his ball skills and his pace. So one to watch this week. Lockie Carmichael from the Cobras. So let's see what VIC Storm have. They've got good attacking position here on the line. They throw that link ball out, but just couldn't find the connection there with their outside men's. Glenn Walker in the 5, and we probably need to make special mention of Glenn. He's a former Queensland boy, worked with Queensland Touch, worked with me at Queensland Touch. He's moved down to Victoria Touch now. He's running the show down there, doing a great job. So it's good to see Glenn out here. Even playing link.
Oh, he's off the wing, mate.
Step up, wow.
He's in the middle. He's looking fit too.
Mate, when you're running Victoria Touch, you put yourself towards the middle, don't you? You're not going to stand out in the wing.
Nah. Sean Hooper, mate, he had an error in the ruck there, which gave Victoria a shot at the line, and he probably just got a bit upset with it there and thought he'd put a nice hard touch in.
So they at least know now where the refs are. They're not going to cop that hard touches as Victoria turn the ball over. Not a straight roll ball there. And they've also thrown the ball away, so they're giving the Brisbane Cobras a really good field position here.
Probably lets them off a hook a bit there, mate.
Definitely. And you don't want to give those sort of penalties away against a team like Brisbane. They'll make you pay. So let's see if they do in this set. They're going over the halfway line now. As Courtney goes into half, they'll just take a couple of easy, simple ones, but they turn it back in towards the middle of the field now. It's Green. Throws that left to right. Adam Russell, another premiership player. They go the link, but it's picked off here. Can he go the full way? Adam Russell's putting the hard yards in. It looks like he's got the staggers on here. He's not going to make it. Couldn't quite get there. Robert McPherson.
Wow.
He looked shot from the moment he took the ball. But good work there to get him up the end. Didn't do anything stupid and throw the ball away. So they've got touches up their sleeve here, the Victorian Storm.
And look at Adam straight away. Chased them down and then straight back on defence. Lots of energy. He works really hard in there, mate.
So good recovery in the end. It was on again. They had to make it. So they kick out here. Victoria, there must be a chance here. Referees go and play on. Isaac Adams gets the opening touchdown for Victoria Storm. And Brisbane City, they just held off in defence there. And the Storm, they took full advantage.
Yeah, we think the touch was made, but the referee's called ball down first by the looks of things from here, mate.
So opening touchdown to the Storm. It's 2-1 to Brisbane City in this men's open game. The 2019 National Touch League from Coffs Harbour.
Nice. Let's see what they got from the tap-off. Love a good tap-off move, Scotty.
Oh, mate, they would have been trained. This is what they bring into training as Moffat. He looks to go right, go left.
Dummy half?
He was dummy half.
Yep. Ref just missed that one. Yeah, nice. Nice, Hayden.
A good honesty from Hayden. Gives the ball back to the Storm. Now, let's see how they come up out of their end here, the Storm. They've been pretty physical, the Cobras, so far. They do well to hold on to that ball. Just went behind the acting half, reached back to get it. They've got fresh interchanges coming onto the field now. Victoria.
It looks like the Storm are running a subset on every position they get, mate. So always looking to get to their sub box and get fresh legs on.
So, yeah, just couldn't quite connect in the end. And finished the set in the middle of the park and turned the ball over. Unfortunately, again, gives good territory here to the Cobras. And they just do much of the same. They're just taking easy yards up through the middle.
Oh, Bauer doing what he does best, mate. He knows the way home. He'll truck the ball up the centre all day. And there you go. Bowser and Hoops back together.
So Moffat, again, strike weapon, goes a beautiful right to left pass out to the wing, but the referee's going to pull that one back. Ooh. So they reckon that one's gone forward. They're in better position than what we are, so we'll back the referees on that call. But again, it's Moffat that's looking really dangerous for the Cobras in these early stages of the first half.
Mate, he's been awesome. I mean, I've heard some rumours out of the Aussie camp about how well he's been going at training, so really looking forward to seeing him in the World Cup. He looks like he's ready to play some footy.
He's looking big.
Yeah,
he's a big kid.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that he reminds you of from years gone past? There's someone in the back of my mind who he just strikes me of size-wise, ball skill-wise.
Oh, hit me.
Nathan Jones.
Oh, really? There you go. Yep.
Yeah. Just probably more the size, and you think he's a big man, but the way he moves around the field, but the silky smooth ball skills that he possesses. I was a big fan of Nathan Jones.
He's got a nice temperament like Jonesy, you know. Jonesy's
exactly.
Always composed, keeps it together.
So quite a few similarities. So Cobras again.
Left to right.
Yeah, Cody goes that favourite left to right. Just spilt there by Lockie in the corner, but they're creating opportunities most times where they get down that end of the field, the Cobras.
Yep, good turnover straight into it. Oh, just got caught. They had a great first two touches. Adam Russell, no surprise, steps up there and stops the momentum.
So the defensive pressure from the Cobras has been impressive as well. Their line speed, they're getting up and putting pressure on the Storm as they turn back on the inside. And well defended in the end. There's going to be a penalty here for a late pass as well.
Said earlier, mate, they work in the sub-box a bit. I think they need to take a couple of straight sets and actually leave the ball on the 7-metre line now down the other end.
Yeah,
they're getting caught a bit just over that 10-metre line. It's not enough.
So talk us through that as well, mate. There's been a few rule changes in NRL touch football of recent time, which will be implemented here at the NTL for the first time. So what are the major rule changes that the viewers need to keep an eye out for this week?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a line on the ground just out in front of the touchdown line. Hayden's just going over the top of it there. But it's now 7 metres out instead of 5 metres. And you'll find as the game's gone over the last 5 years or so, throughout the midfield, the referees keep, generally 7, 8 metres anyway. So we're really just bringing the rules in line with what the current trends of the game are, the way the game's been played and the way the game's been reffed as well. So there have been some nice changes. I don't think you're going to see too much difference. It's just probably going to be nice for the players and referees to now have a bit of consistency. So it's now a definite 7 metres through the field instead of being a minimum of 5, and the refs can sort of pick or choose anything up to 10 metres.
Brilliant. As the Storm, they're in good attacking position here. Just kicking out. They've got a nice strike dump here. They try to take the line on. Does he get through? No, he doesn't. So Nick Chisholm with the touch there. And half court That was a little bit of a better set there from the Storm. They got down the other end of the field and at least got into a position where they could try to put something onto the Cobras.
That's exactly what we asked for, mate. We asked them to get from end to end, leave the ball down the other end, and they had a nice scoop there by Shrimpton as well, trying to play back on the short side and test the defence out. Pretty hard to get Ryan, though. He loves defending, old Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Loves it. He's all up for it. Plays a bit of man on, too.
So Hooper drives in. Green looks to go short, holds the ball there. So they complete the set, the Cobras. And let's see if the Storm can get up the other end again.
Yep, great start there by Brisbane. They've already won the... Oh, yeah, good.
Nice kick out.
Who's that little number 13? Timothy Rooston. That's probably what they need, a little bit of, instead of being so robotic through the midfield.
Just a little variation in their play, you think, mate? Try to change the scope a little bit because they're finding that getting the metres up the other end is quite difficult at the moment. So
men's open touch, there's got to be a little bit of creativity with your rucking, a bit of eyes up footy. If there's a pass for advantage available, then we've got to be looking for that pass instead of just heads down and bang away.
So the Cobras now, Hooper, Green. Yeah, it's Hooper with the ball again now. So nice and simple footy here from the Cobras. Hooper just tries to kick out, dances with the sideline, but maintains the ball. So they've got interchanges coming on. That's Tim Bartz, straight to left. They've got numbers everywhere, and that is probably one of the worst balls I have seen from Adam Russell. I just walked past his old man in the grandstand. I think when they watch this on replay, hopefully Rusty.
He had too many options there. Bartz actually bet the saver and ended up with a 4-on-2. So when he hit the ball to Rusty, I don't think Rusty knew that he had two people outside him.
So chance gone, begging there from the Cobras. But again, another chance down the attacking end of the field.
Mate, really nice to see Tim Bart's brother, Michael, taking on a coaching role for this NTL. Got heaps of knowledge. He's been through the Queensland system, premiership system as well. And he's a nice composed coach down there in the sub-box too. Looks peaceful, looks happy.
He does at the moment. I think game one for the Cobras. I think they had the bye in the first round. So let's see how he is on Saturday. But how do you think the Cobras are shaping up? It's hard to tell. The first year of the Opens back in effect, but they look like they're going to be thereabouts come Saturday.
Definitely, mate. Looking through the team lists, Cobras one of the teams that I can see making top four. There's some other great teams. Look at Doyleson. So that's the Hunter Hornets at the moment. As we see Hayden Moffat. 7 metres, folks? What a massive difference it makes. Hayden Moffat scoops through, sets up a touchdown for Ryan off the back of rucking. That's probably what we expect to see a little bit more of now. The 7 metres will open up the opportunity for scoopers, especially that close to the touchdown line. So, as we spoke about earlier, mate, Hayden Moffat, definitely one of the guys to watch throughout the next 4 days.
So 3-1 now, the Cobras. They extend the lead out a little bit. And Storm did a good job probably in the last sort of 5-minute period just to contain the Cobras a little bit there. And they had a couple of opportunities themselves. Let's see if they've got any attacking shape here. They're just trying to take it nice and easy. Walker's moving into half now. He gets around the back. They almost created an overlap on that play, but they've got a penalty here. And the Cobras call from the referee from not moving up off the line.
Yeah, it looked like James Courtney went straight to his wing then and Tim Bart shut. So I think that link hole might be an option.
So touches in the bag here for the Victoria Storm. Walker again goes into half, but didn't get his legs over the ball. So referees, day one, they're on to the little things already. But that was clear to see. Unfortunately, the Victoria Storm player just didn't get his legs over the ball. It was an incorrect roll ball there. Change over to the Cobras. Yeah,
Marcus Karponga there with the orange boots on. He got away with one earlier, not going over the ball, but they found him out that time. That should help clean the ruck up too. Like you said, mate, it's nice to see the referees picking that stuff up early.
So Bauer, he steams onto the park, drives in for Bartz. They go left to right again. This has been the side where they've attacked quite well. Courtney comes back on the infield, throws the ball, and he's going to go 6 to go. He was straight onto it. James Courtney saw that a Victorian Storm player got his hand to the ball, so they got 6 fresh touches here as Moffat works his way back onto the field.
As expected, mate, get the guns out there, get them out there early, playing their roles. Cody Green takes it in.
So Russell fires to Bauer. So 4 real key players all on the field at the same time here for the Cobras. Moffat, Bauer to Russell. Didn't want anything to do with it that time. Adam Russell.
They just got caught a bit close to the line, mate. Like with that 7 metre line there now, they probably don't need to encroach too far in on it.
So although it's pulled out to an extra couple of metres around that 5 metre, from the old 5 metre to the 7 metre, probably surprising how a little change like that can still take a while to adjust to.
Yeah, 100%. If you watched the NRL Premiership last year, I mean, it was 10 metres. There was a 10 metre line, and teams were all pushing out to the 10. They just look for the line.
Yep.
5 metre line, 10 metre line, got a 7 metre line here. So, you know, players just seem to be warm around that line. There's something on the ground they can relate to defensively or with attack. So, yeah, we believe it'll make a difference. Attacking strategies, mate. If I was making a touch 7 metres out, there's no way I'd be able to get onside.
Oh, my God. I didn't get back
go.
when there was 5 metres.
That's right.
So that is going to be one that's going to be quite interesting to see. If there's repeat penalties around that 7 metre attacking zone. They get a repeat set here again, the Cobras. So
he's looking so dangerous out of that right link, mate. Yep, so dangerous. Cool, send out Tim Bartz. He goes left to right, so he'll set up here in left link.
There's Chisholm with the ball. And they tried a little short side play and they might have got some value. Touch made.
It's a nice wee option, mate. Low risk. Getting down and dirty and just checking out the defender as well. Keeps everybody honest.
So Chisholm again. That's Adams with the ball. Just goes behind. Lucky there, but what's the referee going to call here? He's going to call a penalty. So
there we go. I'm not going to be surprised if they run a little follow play on this guy making the touch. He shows his back.
And just stumbled up a little bit there. So, and right on that 7 metre mark of what we were saying.
Mate, 90 seconds out from half time. Let's see if VIC Storm can get to the other end and lock the half up.
Oh, they tried a little 2-on-1 play, so they get some extra metres down the side. It's all helpful. Now, hopefully they can just continue to get some momentum off this play. They're over the other side of the halfway line now. Nice drive into the line. Walker goes into half, but again, so unfortunately that's probably been an area that's cost the Victoria Storm 100%. In the first half is the roll ball. A couple of changeovers where they haven't been square, a couple where they haven't been getting over the ball. So something you'd think the coach of the Storm will be addressing at half time.
100%, mate. There's been about five turnovers due to the ruck stuff. So, yep, they fixed that up. That's 5 extra shots they get at the line.
So we're into the last minute now of the first half, and the Cobras are just up the ante a little bit now. They'll be sniffing one out here right before half time.
Trick play.
Green with the ball goes back on the inside.
He dropped it.
Oh, no.
Damn, Ryan. They tried to run that little red play.
So spilt lollies over the line.
It's a bit of a new play that's sort of come in to try and trap the player that's cornering. We feed the open side quickie, the player takes off and they come back to the defender who made the dump. So it's been quite effective over the last, I guess, 12 months, mate. We've seen it a wee bit.
So the Storm last chance in this half. There's only a couple of seconds left on the clock, so they're going to have to go here now, and it's Walker, throws left to right. But they're well covered here.
Yeah, got him on the hooter.
And the halftime hooter goes in the background. And it's the Brisbane City Cobras who go into the halftime break with a 3-touchdown-to-1 lead over the Storm. And pretty solid start from the Cobras. I think they'll be happy. Probably the Storm, probably not too dissatisfied as well. Only going down 2 touchdowns into the halftime break. But decent start from both sides.
100%, mate. 3-1. You know, your opening game was always about the first touch for the players, getting rid of the nerves. You know, some of these guys have been training for 3 months, getting ready for this kind of event. So, you know, a lot of love goes out to James Sharp. He's been training the house down, but unfortunately injured himself last week with a hammy. So he's down there in the box still supporting the boys. But, yeah, nice to see sort of Brisbane City find their way into the game. A couple of touchdowns up. I'm sure they'll pick up the ante second half.
And just simple things for the Victoria Storm to get back into this game. They'll just be looking to probably keep pace with the Cobras and try to not let this score get too far ahead of them.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, they've had, like I can see Elias over there in their sub-box. He's a clever man, been with the Alliance in the past as well. Their stuff is probably going a little bit more direct if I was their coach. And same thing, just cleaning up the errors. So their key actions and the roll ball probably make a big difference as well. Yeah, there's probably 5 turnovers there, mate. that'd be enough. You know, the 3-1 game, those 5 turnovers have probably contributed to field position. So, yeah, we'll see how we go as the boys take in the water.
So it's 3-1 at half-time here. It's the Brisbane City Cobras leading over the Victoria Storm, and we'll be back with the second half very shortly. Welcome back to Coffs Harbour. We're not too far from getting the second half underway. It's the Men's Open Division. Brisbane City Cobras versus the Victoria Storm. 3-1 to the Cobras going into the second half. And the Cobras will have the tap-off, and you feel, Tristan, sneaky tap-off move on the way.
Yeah, you got Bartsy here on the right side. He can't pass right to left, so he's going to end up on the left side of the field. Liam Bauer on the far side. We know he's dumping the ball for the strike. So, you know, it's something tricky going on here.
So even there, had the opportunity to go 2-on-1 out to the wing, but no thanks.
Yep.
We'll hold it. He's sweeping around the back. Barts, they go long. Courtney comes off the left. They take it. Courtney's going to try to go short side again.
That was great work by the length, mate.
Oh, he's got
Hey, that was our intercept guy. That was great work.
So good defence from the Storm there. They've withheld them, so they're going to have to reshape here, Cobras.
He was right on the money, eh? Nice to see them. That was a really innovative tap-off move. I liked it. And I like the way the winger had a quickie too. Oh, did Bartsy. He dropped it.
What happened there?
Oh, no. Fumbled. So, these days we go for those nice low dives and we get the ball nice and low to slide over. And every now and again it grips, mate.
Well, that's what I was going to suggest that happened, because he was ready to go, but I think he got outdone by the unbelievable surface here at Coffs Harbour.
Yep, and what was crazy was State of Origin 2018, his brother, had a little error in the ruck there, and Bartsy gave it to him. Oh. I can see that coming back around. I can see that.
The old karma.
Yep, there it goes.
But they've got the ball back again off a Storm error. Good defence in the middle there. And it's going to be a penalty, though. So nice touch, Oliver Silva from the Storm.
Yeah, mate, Silva's working nice and hard in there. He's getting worked over. They worked hard on him in the first half. Obviously, they've had a chat and tried to clean it up.
So Moffat again.
Oh.
Yeah. Good defence.
Yeah, it was great, mate. I really like that link out there. He's working nice and hard. His positioning's good.
So let's see here. The Cobras, again, just plays in motion all the time. Bartz comes off the right foot, goes to Bauer, but they're going to have to bring it back. And again now, even more so than ever, you definitely don't want to be playing the ball that close to the line. And you can bring it out 7 metres and reset. Early ball, good defence again.
Yep.
Shot up out of line, Robert McPherson, so he's been quite impressive.
Mate, that was a really nice start from Victoria. It seems to me they weren't shutting hard and biting. So Brisbane would set their play up, run through their play. They'd have nice position and just hold space, and then Cobras would have to go again. Whereas in the past, I think first half, they were flying in and creating opportunities over the top.
So penalty to the Storm. Lockie Carmichael shooting up out of the line. Was it with the little fellas like to put the shots on the most, I think?
Oh,
they think they can get away with it more? Or?
Yep. No, we just, we got so much energy, mate. We're like concentrate. We're like concentrate touch players. It's got so much love to give, so we love giving it.
Getting in nice and tight with the opposition. So they've got the ball back again, the Cobras.
Walker.
Alex Condon.
Mate, he's been in the gym too.
Mate, when's he not in the gym?
Yeah, good work out there. Victoria have started the half really well defensively. It's only been a few minutes, but there's some good energy, good communication. Got to keep moving. They don't want to get caught.
So they do that now. But Green, he'll be
goes.
looking. There's space out here. Great scramble defence from Samuel in the Storm, but they've pulled it back regardless here. Touch and pass.
Oh, on the passer. Okay.
So it's been impressive, the Storm. They've obviously listened to the instructions that the coach has given it a half-time break.
Yep.
And they're really putting an emphasis on their defence, but now good momentum moving up straight through the middle of the field. So they're not doing anything fancy, but they're making the metres at the moment, the Storm. Ooh. But again, and we made mention in the first half, it's play the ball errors that are costing them, and another one there to the Storm.
I was looking forward to seeing Kaponga and Ropata get together. So number 8 and 9, I reckon they'd be a little combination close to the line, and they were just working their way up the field there. So like we said, we asked for them to go direct, and there was a direct set by them, but unfortunately the roll ball let them down.
So errors again, costing the Storm a chance of getting back into this match, and you just feel with the class that the Cobras have on the park, they won't be able to withhold them continuously as that man Green again fires that left to right, and a great finish in the end from Nicholas Foxcroft, and they just couldn't withhold the pressure any longer, the Storm, and the Cobras get their opening touchdown for the second half. It's 4 touchdowns to 1. They now lead over the Storm.
Mate, really nice to see Cody. So we call that conditioning the defence. He ran that play like a minute ago. Just didn't get the outcome. They got him for a touch and pass, come straight back down. He was aware of what was happening and ran the same play again for a touchdown. So, we don't need to be running 1,000 plays. We just need to be effective with the plays that we choose to run, mate. So that was really nice. Cody Green doing what he does.
So the Storm, let's see if they can reduce the margin again to 2.
Sort of struggling to get there at the moment. They probably won't even get to run their tap-off move.
Yeah, they're just trying to hope for a miracle here, and there's another mistake in the ruck. So, wow, it's probably in the double figures now, the amount of roll ball errors that the Storm have come up with, unfortunately. And let's see the Cobras, that's a good strong touch there. That was Isaac Adams from the Storm, so just slowed the Cobras' momentum up a little bit.
It was a nice example, mate. Like Tizzy there got caught with the ball up high. They did have a hand on the ball, but he still maintained control, didn't get it down. That's probably the difference.
So Bart's with the ball. Let's see what he does. This might be the last touch. They're just going for a bit of a Hail Mary play. Couldn't create anything there as Russell turns the ball over, and the Storm will roll it coming out of their 7-metre line.
And you'll see on the turnover, mate, the Vic players are all standing still. So they probably need a little bit more depth, that first runner running onto the ball nice and hard to create momentum. We try to use the first 2 touches of our rucking sets to create momentum before our subs come on and we balance into position. So we can get our strike on the 5th touch. And that's probably what they're missing, those 2 first momentum dumps.
So just working it through the middle of the field. They were making substitutions at the same time, so didn't really have any options coming into their 5th and final touch there at the Storm. And as you see, they've just gone the old flick out the back, trying to hope to pick somebody up, but they've turned it over. And there's a touch and pass as well, called by the referee. And the Cobras, as Adam Russell takes it back to the mark, they're just working towards their substitution box now. Courtney taking it forward. And the substitution, Moffat straight on. Continues their momentum for the Cobras as Bauer is directing players around.
Where he was going. He knew.
And Walker has picked that off, but the referee is going to call offside.
Offside at the toucher.
So on 5th touch, not ideal, but they were looking a little bit shaky, the Storm, so probably might be a penalty worth giving away in the end.
Unfortunately, though, mate, you know, you do all the stats on the 5th touch penalties, and they normally result in a touchdown. So you're giving away a penalty on the 5th touch, it's almost a penalty try.
Yeah, they look like they're in trouble there, the Storm. And the referee, I think, is going to call a penalty. Maybe a ruck penalty here.
Cool, mate. So this actually brings into play one of the other new rules. 3 penalties inside the 7. So once a player has gone inside the 7, any 3 consecutive penalties for any, doesn't matter what it's for, if there's another penalty that happens right now, there'll be a player taken from the field and put into the sin bin area.
Now, which player goes off as well? Is it the winger, or is there a specific player that whoever gives the penalty
It'll
away?
be the last player that gives the penalty away,
There you
mate. Yep. So if Brisbane are able to pull a penalty here, they'll be 5 on 6.
So another rule change worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah, well, it can be quite hard, mate. You know, 3 penalties on the line, 1 for offside, 1 for, you know, a hard touch, and you're 1 away. So there'll be a lot of work throughout the weekend, and I'm sure coaches and players will come to terms with that, and referees as well with managing that.
So the Storm now, a little bit of a better set in terms of getting new players onto the field, but they're still taking the sting out of their attack a little bit.
Here's the combo I want to see. Oh,
Yeah,
drop ball in the ruck. Yeah, there was the chance for Ropata and Kaponga to get together.
Are we jinxing them? Or?
Nah, man, they've got to control that ball. Got to work on their footwork instead of being worried about playing the ball with their hands. So it's footwork into the ruck is the reason we're seeing all these balls go down, because there's feet around them. They've got to be trying to get to the side, mate, touching on the hip instead of being caught upright.
So Hooper, Bart's is screaming onto the ball. Nice drive in. See that man Green just threads the needle, but the referee's going to pull this one back. Let's see what penalty he goes. I mean, late. Forward.
Yeah, another touch pass.
Yep.
So he's taken the ball right to the line, and because the defence are shutting so hard, he's trying to get a pass in behind. We've seen it a couple of times.
Yep.
For 2 touch passes now. So he's identified something. There's just a fine line between getting that ball away.
So let's see the Storm. Still only 4-1. So they've only had 1 touchdown in the second half so far, the Cobras. And we're coming into 10 minutes to go in this second half. This is better attacking position here for the Storm. Now they throw the left to right, but they've picked the one person that
was in a red shirt.
That was in a red shirt. There was purple shirts all around, and the one person they didn't want to hit on the chest, unfortunately, hit on the chest.
Oh, referee thought there. He was just checking it out. Because Tizzy just wore that one. Oh.
So Cobras now with the mistake. So can they continue the momentum of that last set, the Storm? They looked good. They had a chance.
There you go. Little Adam Russell, mate, doing what he does best. Puts a lot of pressure on the defence. He's, must be fit as. Lots of energy. Picks up those touches. It's good to see Kenny Adams out there too, playing men's at NTLs. He's played mixed open for the last few NTLs. But yeah, nice to see him out there. He plays really well.
Just another experienced head in the Cobras side. They've got a good balance across the team sheet. Nice little short ball, but referee has called 6 there.
So same thing there again, mate. I saw the link shutting and the winger staying out. So that link hole might be their best chance for an early pass. They're scoring a touchdown here.
So Cobras, nice meters there. That was touch 1. And just what we were talking about with the Storm, that was just a nice little extra pop pass. Got them an extra couple of 2 or 3 metres. So sometimes you don't need to do the hard stuff and just continue to ruck up through the middle of the field to get up the other end. And before you know it, Cobras with touches up their sleeve. They're going to have a attack at the Storm line yet again. And they're just taking their time here. It's Bauer to that man Green again. So he holds it up a little bit, takes a deflection. Matters juggles. It's going to be 6 more. So touch from the Storm first. And as young Caleb Matters rolls the ball. And it's good to see his father, Craig, in the box, former Australian men's open player.
Yeah, mate, assistant coach.
And always good to see the next generation coming through.
He'd be, what, 16 years old?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah, he's come on over the last few years at Arana Touch.
Cool.
And big shout out to the guys and the Matters family that look after Arana Touch down there. Started the affiliate from scratch a few years ago, and juniors coming through, and again, the next generation of former stars and plenty of talent. So good experience as well. This is what this tournament was always about. The next crop coming through, always getting a chance to play with some former state and Australian representatives. So I'm sure Caleb's going to go home after the end of this week a whole better player.
Yeah, mate. He's we've actually got Craig and him coming to the junior development camp that we've got in a couple of weeks as well.
Excellent.
So yeah, we love our touch football up in Queensland, mate. Can't get enough of it.
No one does it better.
Here we go, Storm on the line. See what they can come up with as they bring their best attacker on.
Is there somebody else? Because I just saw Glenn Walker coming on. So let's see. A nice little sneaky play here would be great to see as the ball just goes behind the players. They reset. They're going to get a penalty here. Not going forward.
Yep.
So, again, referee setting the standard. As Walker now just looking to link up.
Kaponga there with the ball, yeah.
Gives it back to Walker. He's put the gas down. He's in, I think.
Yes,
he is. Oh, Hooper is blowing up.
Yeah.
But he's going to point to the spot.
Yep.
Now, is he blowing up that Walker scored on him, or that he thinks that he made the touch?
He thinks he made the touch, mate. Fine line. We're not denying the touch was made, but I think the referees are calling the ball was down first.
But again, nice little play from the Storm. Just caught them napping a little bit. We got a replay here as Hooper is streaming after Glenn. Oh, gee, 50-50.
Yeah, mate. Referee was in a great position to see it.
There wasn't anybody else that could have made a better decision. He was right there next to it. So great call. Good touchdown from Glenn Walker and the Storm. And again, brings them back to within 2. So respectable scoreline again. And nice touch there. A little bit of a collision. Oliver Silva with Adam Russell.
Yeah, mate. Silva's got lots of energy, mate. I like him in there. Working hard. And we've got Ropata making the touch.
Green throws the dummy, just withholds. But again, might be a...
No, they're going to march him. Yep.
Yeah, there's a long penalty here, so... Back
Oh,
chat.
there you go. Yep.
So don't want to get into that sort of territory.
Not game one, day one, mate.
No. 5 minutes left to go. You're up by 2 in the opening match.
Yep.
So it might be just a little bit of frustration coming out in the Cobras, do you think? They've only put 1 touchdown on in this second half. And the Storm have done a really good job to hold them out defensively so far and probably had the bulk of the momentum going forward as Walker throws a nice little pop-out pass again, trying to catch the Cobras nabbing.
Yeah, mate. That was Robert McPherson there with Walker. He's got a bit of touch knowledge about him. He's got the frame like AJ.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. Big guy, pumps around the field, great skills. Kaponga all the way.
Great ball, and wow.
There he goes.
The Storm.
Yep.
They are coming back with a real flurry here. They reduced the margin down to 1. It's 4-3 now to the Cobras.
Yep.
Mate, this could be a bloody miracle.
Well, they got 4 minutes to go, man. So they're probably going to get 3 more clean shots at the line. But yeah, I reckon Cobras will be out there with a tap-off move here, looking to make it a two touchdown clearance.
So let's see if they've got the response. The Cobras, it's been all Storm in the last 5 minutes.
Yep, Moffat set up at right link.
So they're just taking their time here. And Moffat's sweeping around the back. He gets the ball, turns it back to the left. Great defence.
Touch,
shot up out of the line there from the link on the Storm's left-hand side. And ball down. So they've withheld again. Now they're going to have to really do the hard yards. Watch the Cobras' defence in this set. Opening touch there from Carmichael. Shoots up to put pressure on, but they're still holding their own here, the Storm, as interchanges come on.
Really nice. There he goes.
And the
Would have been a nice
intensity's
pass
picked up.
advantage.
Yeah.
It's a bummer when you get picked up on the 5th like that, mate.
So, yeah, really just took the sting out, unfortunately. Coming into last touch, had to go back and roll it again. Pretty much set over.
Hopefully the Cobras just go back to the mechanics of what they know best, you know, leaving the ball down the other end of the field, working nice and hard through their rucking.
But yeah, it definitely looks like the sting's come out of their attack a little bit. Moffat, it's Bauer, comes off the right foot, looks to link back up with Moffat. He's got the ball again now. Hooper.
The old head's back out there, mate.
Yeah,
shore it up.
It's experience at times like this. Good defence again
a
from
great
the
touch.
Storm.
Yeah.
Jordan Donnelly.
Oh.
So I'd put that set down to Donnelly.
Yep.
Touch that had to be made. Completely took the sting out of the Cobras' attack going into the line.
And look at that run on. That's I like those hit-ups, mate.
So here we go. Can the Storm get up the other end and have one more crack and lock this one up? They're down by 1 at the moment. They're doing it tough there, coming out of their box, just trying to kick out James Shrimpton. So they're going to have to reset and refocus now, the Storm. That's not going to help either.
It's a bummer.
Rapata having to go back to the mark. It's the last touch now. They're going to have to come up with an absolute miracle. Couldn't get the extra flick out to the winger, and they've turned the ball over.
Yeah, Courtney was nice and tight on that one. He knew.
Good defensive player, James Courtney. He scores plenty of tries, but also saves a lot as well.
Well, part of the NRL Premiership winning Broncos team last year,
Correct.
so yep, knows his role very well.
Yeah, had a huge season last year, James Courtney. Maybe one to watch again in the Premiership this year.
Here we go. No surprise, Cody into left link.
So,
Oh,
wow.
Oh, my God.
So 2 players you wouldn't expect to see that from.
No.
The experienced players on the field and 2 guys that have played a lot of footy together.
Poor
And
fella.
just all of a sudden, ball's gone down.
Yep, Tizzy was directing traffic out there on the right. So, what do they got? 90 seconds to go.
It's all or nothing, you feel.
Yeah,
They're
mate,
still going to
last
have a
play.
couple of goes potentially at the Cobras, but they're going to have to create something out of nothing, and they can't squeeze through.
No, Brisbane leave the ball down the other end of the field. Here we go.
So Russell just through the middle. And they come towards their substitution box now. But reclaims it, takes another hit up. He's just going to bring it back. So there's a couple of extra seconds off the clock as well. Russell to Moffat. Russell's going into half now. Can he create something? They've got them on the ropes here. Throws the ball, but
Are they the 2 worst passes you've ever seen Adam Russell throw, mate?
Mate, I think he needs to go to the gym. Come with you and me to the gym or something, mate. He just had no power coming out of the old spaghetti arms there, Adam Russell.
Mate, he set it up beautifully. He had a great phase play. Ryan on the plant.
Penalty here. Right, how long have we got? 30 seconds
30
left on the
seconds.
clock. It's right on the halfway. They've got to go, the Storm. Just straight up through the middle, you think.
Yep.
Keep going. Get yourselves up there, boys, and have a crack. There's not long left now, 20 seconds. Can they level it up, the Storm? This will be one of the great miracles of the NTL if they can match it here with one of the favourites, but they've turned it over.
Moffat will just take that one home with him.
They've turned it over, and that will be game.
He should put that in a bag and give it to Couriers, please, to send home, mate.
Oh, mate.
Mate, here we
How
go.
about it?
How about it?
As matters, he's just going to hold the ball.
Good job.
And that is it in the men's open game between the Brisbane City Cobras and Victoria Storm. Great fight back from the Storm to lose that 1-by-1 touchdown. It was 4-3 in the end. And like we said, just a little bit of a tougher second half from the Cobras, but a great fight back from the Storm.
Yeah, mate, definitely a game of 2 halves. We saw the Cobras just settle in nicely in the first half, and then they got a little bit rattled in the second half, had some opportunities and didn't take them, and it was nice to see the Storm lift. It's amazing what energy and enthusiasm can do to your game, mate.
So good signs. They'll take a lot of positives out of that Storm going into the rest of the tournament. But like we said, the Brisbane City Cobras is going to be one to watch in the men's open division at the NTL this year. So stay tuned. There's still plenty more live stream games coming up from the National Touch League today, and highlighted by plenty of men's and women's open games this afternoon. We'll be back very shortly.
guys, it's Danny Davis here. I've been doing a fair bit of work with the touch football specialised athletes lately, and my good mate Peter, who's 10 years old, who is also non-verbal, has said her first word, "I want noodles, please." So I'm here today to surprise her with a pack of noodles.
Hello, Peter! I heard someone wants noodles.
I was thinking maybe we could make some together.
Her first sentence was, "I want noodles," and went to the cupboard and pulled out noodles and said, "I want noodles." That's what she obviously had for dinner that night. It was just, wasn't expecting that to be her first sentence.
Awesome to see how involved all the touch football specialised athletes get. I mean, when I first met her, we were a little bit standoffish together, and then I'd come down to the Burley Bears, which is around the corner from my house, where they run a touch football specialised program. And I'd see her each week, and she'd get excited to see me, I'd get excited to see her. So it's just cool watching that sort of journey, I guess. But it's been really fun.
And welcome back to CX Stadium in Coffs Harbour, and we have a Women's Open fixture about to take place. It's the Sydney Rebels versus the Brisbane City Cobras. And I'm joined in commentary by the Australian Women's Open coach, Swain Ravelli. Swain, welcome to the commentary box.
Thank you, Scotty. It's great to be back commentating touch football with yourself, mate.
Oh, mate, dream team.
Yeah,
I won't rub it into any of the other co-commentators, but just between you and me, I don't think anyone's listening. You are my favourite co-commentator.
Thanks, Scotty. Likewise, mate. I've never had this report with anyone before.
So, mate, talk us through these two teams. In the previous game we commentated, it's good to see NTL back to the old original format. We've got Women's Open back up and going, and these two sides will be probably ones that we need to keep an eye out throughout the tournament.
Yeah, Cobras have got a young team, a lot of youth players that have been in the squads for Australian youth teams. There's a couple of Australian youth team players in there, with a couple of additions of a couple of old experienced players. Tash Adams, who's played State of Origin mix for Queensland as such. So, yeah, they got a young team. Laura Waldies was a former captain of the Australian under-18 youth team. So she's back playing between rugby since. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go. The Rebels team's a bit more experienced. You've got Tony Breeze, who's played a lot of Elite Eights. Elizabeth Hewitt, who's played heaps of rep touch for Roosters and the like. But also you've got Isabel Slattery, who's played Australian Youth 20s mixed at the last World Cup. So, interesting to see if the youth of the Cobras can overcome a bit of experience from Rebels. We'll see how we go. It's the Cobras' first game as well, Scotty, so hopefully they're fresher. We'll see how we go.
So it shapes up to be a great match here, and it's the Cobras with the ball attacking the Rebels line at the moment. So first time down this end for the Cobras, and they just turn the ball over. So not too much in it at the moment between both teams, just taking their time to get into the match. So, as Sway mentioned, this is the first match for the Cobras. They had the bye this morning. The Rebels played the Scorpions and got up in that one 7-5. So they'll be looking to continue their winning ways in this match here. They've got good drive coming out of the line here, the Rebels, and it's last touch now as they attack the Cobras line, just looking for support. And throw it out to the link position there. That was Georgia Carroll. And turn it over. And it's the Cobras coming out of their line now.
Yeah, that was obviously an upset this morning. Rebels beating highly fancy Scorpions. But yeah, Rebels coached by Simon Bassett, who's a youth assistant coach. Looked to be well drilled with a subset and a good ending on the set. So and now they have the ball back attacking. Isabel Slattery across the line. Sorry, Scotty. I'm calling that a try.
Mate, you run with it. You see that opportunity, you run with it. The opening try to the Sydney Rebels. And it's 1-0 that they lead over the Cobras. Just a simple-ish try in the end there, Swain. Just got done by a little bit of footwork coming out of half and connected well to score the first touchdown of the match.
Yeah, Isabel's strength is definitely her speed. And she's got the middle on the short side. The short side defence just was a bit soft. They didn't give any sort of physicality to the support players, and then she ran straight past them. So it was an easy try. So let's see what Cobras have got here. Looks like Meg with the ball should look to do some static stuff at some stage. Yes, number 9 for Cobras. Look like they want to run the ball first, but
so it's the last touch now, and they're just going to be happy to turn the ball over. And it's going to be the Rebels that are going to have to do the hard work to get out of their line here. You feel like they might work their way towards the interchange box. You get some fresh legs onto the paddock, which is what they're doing now, the Rebels. So let's see if they can continue that momentum as they work towards the halfway line. They're just over the half now. And it's Tony Breeze driving forward for the Rebels. And George Carroll's in the half, taking off. And touch called there from Jenna Roswell.
Russell.
Thank you for the pronunciation. Some of these names are hard to get. You look at the team sheet beforehand, you go, oh boy. So apologies for the mix-up there.
So I think a key here is just in the midfield, Scotty. Which team defends a subset better? Both teams will run it. They'll try and get good momentum out of the box. Whichever team defends that the best will probably come in on top, because that's where it's all pretty much won and lost these days. Midfield, as you can see, there's a good defence set by Rebels, kept Cobras to like nearly the 10-metre line of their own half. So that gives them a good remand off it, and they can get to the opposition line quicker. So, yeah.
So the Rebels, as Swain mentioned, can they take advantage? They have that good last defensive set as they make interchanges now. And it's Elizabeth Jackson who came onto the field. She's into half and dishes off. That's Tellery Moore. So they'll have numbers here if they can take advantage. Just sort of stop-stutted, but got the ball out in the end, and it's going to be another try to the Sydney Rebels. So almost got a little bit nervous there to finish that one off, but recoups, recovers, and they score in the corner.
And just before that, the replay here, Scotty, Cobras did a good job of marking up. The link made the touch on this side. There was nothing doing really, but I think it seemed to be like an early shutdown from the open side. Caused the 2-on-1 in the corner. More of a defensive mistake rather than its good attacking play.
So 2-0. The Rebels push their lead out over the Cobras. So they're just rolling the ball. No, they've been given a penalty here, the Cobras team. So 6 touches to attack the Rebels line and see what they've got in this set here. They want to reduce the margin back and not let the Rebels get too far out in front of them if they want to be in the mix in this game. They just keep it towards the middle. It's Brooke English out there working with White. English with the ball again now. Oh. And opportunity gone begging this way.
Yeah, they're looking, both times there, Cobras looking to go middle link platform. It was a double chicken, so one slide into another slide. They had the
double
numbers.
Chicken?
Yeah. Quack, quack. Chicken. That's a duck, isn't it? But it was a double chicken, so two sliders, one slider straight after each other. They had the numbers. Ball had to go to the corner, reset, run a rooster. That's what they're looking to do. Defended pretty well by Rebels. And here goes Isabel Slattery again.
Yeah, she's just looking for someone to connect with. She's been in the in-goal area for what seemed like an age. Finally connects up with Georgia Carroll. And that's a nice touchdown from the Rebels, and they're starting to get away with this one early.
Yeah, it's just Isabel using his speed on the back end of the set. You know, the middles, defensively, the middles weren't good there for Cobras. You can't allow the half to just run straight between them, Scotty. But it's Rebels drive, Rebels subset. As I said, whoever wins that battle will probably win the game, and it's all Rebels at the moment.
It's 3-0. Sydney Rebels leading this one over the Brisbane City Cobras. And Women's Open Division here at the NTL. That's a nice diving effort. A touch is made. That's Meg Muir.
Yeah, you'll see a bit of that from Meg. She likes to threaten the line and get low and dive. That was off an ML setup. She'll get into static plays as well to do that.
So Adams, experienced player of Natasha Adams.
Yep.
Swain mentioned at the start of the match. So
the Cobras haven't settled yet. So first game, Rebels are straight into their drive. Those first games, so they can be when you haven't played yet. Got to get the rust out early.
Traditionally, really hard over the years, isn't it? The first game at a big tournament, 4-day tournament, but it always seems to be like a psychological thing with teams going into that first game, really finding their feet and working their way into the first match.
I hated it. It's just like the first one, get out of the road. I just need to get out of the road without doing anything wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. And then from there you build your tournament through. So Cobras just got to get the basics right, ruck the ball hard, defend hard, and that's how they'll get the rhythm and getting back into this game.
So they've got field position here, the Cobras. And looks like they've got some of their strike players on. It's Adams again with the ball. Throws it out to the winger. They got a chance here, and the ball just gets juggled behind the back and is put down by Caitlin Shave, but almost created a little short side play there, the Cobras.
Nice ball by Tash Adams. If you get Caitlin Shave the ball early, she'll score plenty of tries. She's probably the fastest player. Would be one of the fastest here, Scotty.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's a former national sprint champion.
Well, there you go. So one to definitely keep an eye on. Caitlin Shave. Sprint challenge. Should bring it back, you know. Grand final day on Saturday, like the AFL.
Exactly. Got to pick the ball up, run, pass the ball.
So the Cobras working it towards their substitution box. They're well over the halfway line now, so they're in good attacking position here. And steaming onto the ball, Sade Celine.
Good drive, just lost momentum. Got to reset.
So they've still got some touches up their sleeve as Celine sweeps around the back. She's looking to link up with the winger and does. And that's Naomi Paslow, but the referees, I think, no, they are happy. No. He's backing up, so it is a touchdown. Looked pretty good from here. Good setup from the Cobras. They get their opening touchdown. It's 3-1, the Rebels over the Cobras.
Nice by Sade. She came on the field originally and used that speed. It's good to see. That's the key. Run hard, put defenders under pressure. The short side of Rebels just sort of held there. They didn't shut. They didn't get out. So nice pass to score a try. I don't know if we can talk to the camera, but we need to get a picture of the coach of Rebels hat. I don't know, Scotty, what do you think?
You took the words out of my mouth before, so it's probably the first thing that I noticed out of the Sydney Rebels box was the coach's hat. Now, I'm not too sure if that's more, would you call it like a golf hat, or I'm thinking it's more like a hat that you'd wear when you're gardening.
Or I was thinking more like when you have a gangster like party. You know, when like the old school gangster with the pinstripe suit.
He just needs the cane as well, I think.
He's like he was in Harlem Nights. Remember that old movie?
Nah, mate, I'm too young for that sort of stuff.
Eddie Murphy sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
It's
he thinks
fashionable,
he's cool, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's very fashionable. Hands on hips. It's all about sun protection, though, Swain. And if that's keeping the sun off his face, I'm all for it. As the Cobras have a little chance down the edge.
They've regained a bit of rhythm. They've got their run going, so hopefully this sort of settles them down and they can get into their flow.
It's amazing what momentum you can get off a touchdown, isn't it?
Yep.
And a little mistake there. So has the door been opened? George Carroll, we've mentioned her a few times, but just slipping out of her hands as she was trying to pass the ball there. So Woldy just takes their first hit up. English as well. It's Barker now with the ball. They had numbers on the outside. They turn it back onto the inside, and ball's been turned over.
Not the pass, unfortunately, but the sweepers worked for him first time. Yeah, good to see they've stuck with it, but should have played short. Maybe look for phase there, I'd say.
So the Rebels were just looking to consolidate again. A couple of mistakes, and they've had to defend their line over the last few sets, but now they've got good momentum coming with players from their substitution box as they go through from a half again. And Slattery, she has been everywhere in this first half. As mentioned, super quick.
Yeah, better defence by the Brisbane Middles. They were getting in front. They got their body shape right. The link was high and aggressive, which helped the middle. And you do that every time that Isabella gets the ball in those positions.
So nice drive again here, though, from the Cobras. As they work it. It's Meg Muir who came in off the bench. Adams looking to link up from half, but well covered in the end there from the Rebels.
They've had the best last 5 minutes, Cobras, Scotty. So
yep.
Is it 2-1? Is that right? I thought they scored 3.
Yeah, 3-1.
3-1, is it?
3-1 to the Rebels.
Scoreboard says, the main scoreboard says 2-1. Jamie O'Connor needs to fix that scoreboard, doesn't he, Scotty?
Yeah, well, it's not good. It's 1%ers, mate, when it comes down to it, Swain. You know, it's a big tournament here, and it falls back on the CEO. you got to run a tighter ship than that.
He's got one job, the scoreboard.
I can only say that because he used to be my boss at one stage, so it's not like he can sack me now that I don't work there anymore. But she's a good tournament here, that's for sure. It's been a marquee event here in Coffs Harbour for a number of years. And like we said, it's good to see the old traditional NTL format back, but it's been good because it's been the expansion of the elite game with the NRL Touch Premiership taking place this year.
Yeah, it's funny, a lot of players would, the current crop players, they would not play for their region many times.
Correct.
Yeah, so for those players, go back and play for Cobras instead of playing for Broncos or Titans. Yeah, it's a good thing for that from that sort of thing. It's good to come to Coffs Harbour. It's a great venue here, and we can't show you the renovations, but it'll be outstanding once they're completed.
Yeah, absolutely. You might hear them from time to time in the background. We apologise for that, but it's all for a great purpose. This time next year, there'll be a massive stadium. They've just opened 2 new grandstand sections just in time for the tournament this week. But it's going to be a world-class stadium by this time next year, hopefully, and plenty more big events coming to Coffs Harbour, including the NTL again in 2020. So the Rebels again, they're in pretty good position, and they had numbers there, but ball turned over. So Cobras, they're going to have to do the hard yards now. They're just coming out of their 7 metre line. And they look to go direct, but they shifted out to their right edge. So substitutions coming on again for the Cobras. So let's see if they can continue that momentum. The last few sets where they've had substitutions coming on, they've had good drive coming off the back of it. They looked a little lost, but connect up there with Brooke English, but she's been touched and has to go back to the mark. So the momentum and the sting's just been taken out a little bit as Barker moves into half. She looks to look at it, and there's a big hole through the middle. So simple little play there in the end, but the gates just opened up there for the Cobras.
Yeah, Charlie just pretty much ran straight between the 2 middles. Drew that million, give short. The link on the open side for Rebels was just backtracking and not paying attention to her assignment. That's easy. That's Cobras are back in at the 3-2, and they've been the best team for the last 5 minutes. Definitely, you're right. They've controlled the ruck, but. One thing, they just got to keep the momentum going. There's too many stoppages in their rucking. They've got to keep the momentum, keep the pressure on, and tries will come.
So the Rebels, will they hit back here? They've been leading the way for the majority of this match, but like Sway mentioned, it's the Cobras that have come back, particularly in the last sort of 5 to 10 minutes. And they are losing their way a little bit, the Rebels. It's last play, and they're just losing metres on the end of it. So
I think they do that with the opposition coach. Just kick back and back, and we'll make the touch.
Yeah.
10 metres for nothing.
Oh, it must be tough being a coach, mate, seeing stuff like that. You've been training for months, and just the little things like that.
Let's give the opposition 10 metres.
Yeah. The Cobras. So let's see if they can continue here. It's just more direct through the middle as Adams, she's been going from half a little bit. Dishes, they've got numbers here. Can they get it out to the outside? They have.
Nice.
So good finish there. Got the ball underneath the arms of the winger, and we're level here. So the Cobras have gone 3 in a row to keep it at a level score. It's 3 touchdowns apiece between the Rebels and Cobras.
Pretty much the same try as before. This time the shutdown from the Rebels was dominoes. Boom, one go, not all together. Excuse me. And quick hands by Cobras to the corner.
So 3 all, Cobras and Rebels, and the Rebels have made an error here. So they're really opening the door for the Cobras to take the lead in this match for the first time, and they've got all the momentum on their side as they are definitely looking a little bit more, with a bit more sting in their attack. They're up and work their way into this match now. The Cobras, Adams again. Brings it back to Muir. Adams rolled the ball. Muir's into half. She's looking to connect, goes shorts to Adams, but well defended in the end there from the Rebels.
Rebels need to get back to their rucking and drive and finishing their sets and getting their half runners. That's how they regain control of this game.
So is it just a case of, like you said, like in terms of getting their rucking, would you rather just in this instance just see them just almost do 4 or 5 rucks just to get up to the other end of the field? Doesn't matter if they finish off the end of that set?
Oh, I just, as a coach, just want them to complete. Just got to complete, execute the rucking plan that the coach puts in place, and just complete your sets. Just set after set, no mistakes. Get field position. And that's how you regain control of the game, and then force the opposition into errors.
Bang!
By heaps
just
of pressure,
like that.
Just like that.
So the Rebels, that's exactly what they wanted. As Swain mentioned, forcing the team into an error, which is what they did. The Cobras coming out of their line and turned the ball over in the ruck. Now they've got plenty of touches up their sleeve and attacking the Cobras line. For the majority of the time when they've been down this end of the field, they have looked pretty good. But they've struggled to get down this end for a few sets. So the Rebels look to shift out, but they're well covered.
They've just run 2 MLs for Isabel Slattery, and she's gone short the first one, then thrown the cut for the second one. I think I'd like to see her step herself short side and use her speed there. I reckon she's a chance.
She's got the ball now. Goes off her right foot, left foot again. Still going is Slattery. Tries to take him on, but diving cover touch made there in the end. Isabel Bauer. So,
Yep. But still, she's their main attacking threat. Just got to get her in good positions and so she can use her speed, and she'll set some tries up for sure.
All right, Celia now driving towards the sideline. So, again, nice drive from the Cobras. Grace McConnell was in the 22. She came on. She's with the ball now again, McConnell. Just throws it out to the right-hand edge, but well covered there. Touch made on Barker. And we go into the halftime break. All locked up. It's 3 tries apiece. And we sort of made mention, Swain, in that back end of the first half, it was the Cobras that really took the momentum probably in the second 10 minutes of that first half.
Yeah, the first half was definitely split into two. Rebels come out, having played a game, I would suggest, and have quickly found their rhythm. Bang, 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 3 tries. Cobras not ready for the first 10 minutes. And then Cobras got some momentum. Rebels made some mistakes. And then it was bang, 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 and Cobras 3-all. So, second half, it'd be interesting to see which team rucks better and makes the least mistakes will probably win, Scotty. So, looking forward to it.
Yeah, we've got a great second half on the way. It's 3-all between the Brisbane City Cobras and Sydney Rebels. And we'll be back with the second half in just a short time.
Look, watch, here we go. Get it on him, look.
Well, welcome back to the Coffs Harbour Stadium. And the high talking point in the first half was definitely the hat that the coach of the Sydney Rebels is wearing. And you can see it on your screens now. So as we just have a bit of a look here. Yeah, it's an interesting choice of hat. We've tossed up gardening hat, maybe one you could wear lawn bowls. It's definitely got versatility. So for those watching at home, feel free to send a tweet. Get into the social media at Touch Football Australia. Let us know your feedback on the Sydney Rebels hat.
Yeah, do you like it?
Yeah.
Would you wear it?
And we'll pass that feedback on to that. I'm 100% behind the hat. I think it's a great hat. This time next year, you'll see every single coach at the NTL wearing that hat.
Yeah, as long as the colour matches their playing gear. So
yeah, I like that.
There, yep.
You could get a logo on the back.
Yep.
There's branding opportunities as well.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Again, Inferno, Stratis, we've got an injury out here. So I hope it's not too bad. She looks like she's in a little bit of pain. So let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, just kind of, there's a little bit of everything.
Bit of contact?
Yeah, even just I was a little bit worried about the legs going right and left, but it looks like knees coming in. That's never pleasurable for sure. She's just going off the back. So it's Hannah Forbes. And not much meat on the bones with Hannah Forbes. She's super fit and light, but it doesn't matter what size you are. A couple of knees into the old ribs is it's not gonna tickle. That's for sure.
That looked like a try. It was close to a try.
Ooh, so
maybe
could have been the opening touchdown for the Cobras. So they looked impressive on that first opening set. Let's see. Now, there might be a ball down. The referee's going to say penalty here. So they're going to tap right on the halfway line, pretty much in. 6 touches coming up to the Sydney Rebels. So 3-3 in this women's open match. We're into the second round here. The Rebels just taking a little bit of time out. See if it was, if they start the second half similar to the first where they went bang, bang, bang,
nice
and
play.
they might do that, and they have. Georgia Carroll gets the touchdown, so as similar to the first half, but in the second half, it's the Rebels that get the opening try. 4-3, they reclaim the lead over Cobras.
So ML set up. Let's go and do it here. Yep. Georgia Carroll comes around the back. The person who rolled the ball hits a short hole, creating the overlap, and she's nice and deep, so the winger can't shut hard. Or has to go a long way to shut hard. Link gets caught in. Shutting, try time. Nice play.
So the Cobras now, they'll be looking to hit back. They chased the whole first half. It might have to be more the same. They've got numbers here. And lucky to probably get the touch in first because I think she lost control as she's going over the line, Meg Muir. The referee says touch first. So still chances here for the Cobras. Early dish, Muir again. She's going to go the same play. This time she gets the ball down. They've hit straight back, so they're not letting the Rebels get away from them. They've locked it up. It's 4-4.
4-4, and that's what she's good at, Meg. She loves a short game. You can see by the last 2 times she's attacked the line. She loves that low dive to get a play. But it's interesting that the link defender made the touch, and the middle was still not able to get her. It was too far up. So, yeah, poor defensive shape by Rebels. If the link's going to come up and make it, then the middle can get out of there and defend Meg. They're better.
So locked up again here. Really good women's open match between Sydney and Brisbane. Almost a state of origin style feel. The New South Wales and Queensland teams here. As Tony Breeze was one that drove in for the Rebels. They got numbers but picked off from the Cobras. So they hold out in that set, the Cobras. Now let's see if they look to go direct through the middle. They reshifted out towards their substitution box. They'll get interchanges coming onto the field now. So they drive again towards their try line. McConnell is the 22. She's got the ball now. and 6 touch there, so couldn't really create anything off the back end of that set.
Nah, it was a good set, but at the end of the set, it was just a bit slow, and the momentum had come out of it. And Rebels did a good job of getting in front defensively and controlling the ruck. So, yep, as I said, it's all about midfield, who wins that battle, who can get their half runners in good positions.
So penalty to the Rebels. They've got 6 more touches up their sleeve now. Cobras penalised for being offside. So they're going to have to do it tough here and defend their line, the Cobras. As the Rebels, they shift on the outside. They had the numbers. Nice little dummy play in the end. Summed it up nicely. Could have given the extra pass. They had a 2-on-1 as well. Took the dummy, got down low, put the ball down on the line, and Rebels back in front.
So exactly the same play as before. Is that Gemma Squadrito? The 12, Scotty?
Yes.
Yep. So the play before they scored the try, she goes open side and throws the ball behind that runner. This time they're on the same play. She steps short side and catches the defender trying to compete on the inside. Beats the defender short side, gives a wrap, try time.
And it was Elizabeth Hewitt from the Rebels who finished that one off. Nice try in the end. And a nice little dummy as well off the left foot and hit straight back. It's Meg Muir again. So she's been pretty instrumental for the Cobras in this match. She's gone back-to-back tries herself, keeps it level, 5-all.
I think it was the same setup, ML setup. Meg dummied open. The fence just froze. Yep. Took the dummy. The middle's got to defend the inside space and cover Meg's dive. As we see, Meg's a massive threat low. You can't try and second guess. You just got to commit to it early. Otherwise, she'll score tries like that. So now it's become a line defence game. Who can stop the tries, Scotty?
Absolutely, they're going back to back. It's a shootout between the two teams now. A little bit different to the first half, where first 3 tries to Rebels, followed up by 3 tries to the Cobras. And the second half's a different story. It's been Rebels, Cobras, Rebels, Cobras. So really good match between these two teams. And you get the feeling they might come across each other later down the road potentially as well. And the Rebels, they turned it over. Their error on the end of their set. So Cobras will be working their way out of their end of the field.
They went away from their ML setups and went to more rooster chicken sort of plays in the middle link setup. So she go back to Gemma Squadrita on that play there, because at this moment Cobras don't know how to defend it. So
the Cobras here again. Can they take the lead? They're just working through the middle third of the field at the moment. Grace McConnell moves into half, and this is going to help here. Penalty, not moving forward is the call from the referee. So this is going to help. 6 touches in the bank for the Cobras. So Leah now, she's got them on the back foot. Oh, so there might have been a half chance there, Swain, because good little footwork, and the referee has called that she dropped the ball over the line, so gets that down. That would have been a touchdown to the Cobras.
She showed good speed in the first half to set a try up, and sweeper players for her again, and she was easily in there, and the middle and the inside failed to close the gap. Missed opportunity to take the lead.
So they've got to take those, but this will help as well. The Rebels have turned the ball over on the halfway line, so they couldn't grab a hold of their chance to capitalise from that mistake on the touchline from the Cobras. And again, it's Brisbane City with nice field position. They shifted out to take some extra metres there. Jenna Roselle. So Natasha Adams with the ball. Now they've made a couple of substitutions now. She's gone straight through from half, but kind of caught everybody
else,
off guard there, including her own teammates, I think. So Roselle again, good little bit of speed, but probably not the play that was on. No one knew it was on.
Bit wasted. They sort of got the ball at halfway and jogged for about 30 metres there, and for that they're doing a bit more intent needed. The Rebels have turned it over, so here we go.
So back-to-back errors for the Rebels.
Should get Meg Mew on here so she can have another crack at these middles, Scotty.
Well, she's had success in the last 2 times she's been on the field, so it might be the right call. She's still in the substitution box at the moment, so can the other Cobras players take advantage.
So sweeper, I expect a sweeper quarterback or maybe the half will go short side here on this next one. Yep, there it is.
Sweeps around the back. No options. Yeah.
It's like need a bit more intense, Scotty, doesn't it?
Yeah, you could just see it was just a little bit, it looked like a little bit like exactly what you said, lack of intent just coming out of half, but they kind of lost their way there a little bit. Defensively, the Rebels had them covered for numbers. So, again, yeah, maybe that strike of Meg Muir is the difference at the moment. As the Rebels now, they're making good metres up the field. They might have it a 2-on-1 opportunity out here, but they turn it back in towards the inside. They've got good running. They might have another opportunity. They turn it back out there again. So, saw a little bit of advantage on the play before. They come back to that same side. And a nice finish there in the end. Rebels are back in front, 6-5.
So, yep, same setup as the last 2 previous tries from Rebels. Just an ML, and for some reason, the link is biting hard on that short side. And the wrap goes around, it's just easy 2-on-1. Just got to protect. It's too easy. They can't let those soft ones in.
So back in front, the Rebels.
Here goes Meg.
Just comes off the right foot, well defended on that occasion. That was more from the Rebels, so you think that they would have all eyes on Muir. Now the Rebels, it's Waldy that sweeps around the back, looked to go long, halted herself, and well defended in the end there from Sydney Rebels.
We've got 9 to go.
Yeah,
6-5 Rebels.
So it's still up in the air, plenty of time. And it might just come down to, I was just about to say, the team that probably doesn't make the most mistakes might get this one. And it's been a little bit of the tale for the Sydney Rebels in this second half, particularly coming out of their end of the field. They seem to be turning the ball over a little bit, particularly around the halfway line.
They made I haven't seen the error count, but surely they made a lot more. It would seem like double to me.
Yep.
Just a gut feel. So, yeah, it's not surprising they're in front, but considering the errors, they've done their attacks run well when they've kept the ball. So the message from Simon at Bassett Rebels case should be just hold the ball, girls, and we'll run away with this.
So they take, that's McConnell, turns back on the inside, but they've hit back. So beautiful touchdown there. They make the Rebels pay off that mistake, as we were saying. We're level again, 6-all.
Grace McConnell with the quickie out on the link. Yep. Good step back inside of Bauer. The middle's pointing at that space. Yes, you should make that touch, Scotty.
Yep. So good support play on the inside as well from Bauer to finish it off. And good footwork. So we're level again. Both teams really having a good battle here. Not one can take it away from the other as the touch is called. Diving over the line there. So it was Emma Ryan from the Rebels. It's Tony Breeze turns it back on the inside to Squadrito. Ryan again. Oh, big hole opens up. Winger comes in, gets herself into no man's land in between the wing and link, and Rebels stroll straight through the hole. Thank you very much. Reclaim the lead, 7-6.
4-on-3 play. Half picks up. Everyone hits hole. Winger for Cobras was going for the intercept, Scotty. Knowing Katie, as I do from Brisbane, she does like intercepts. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. She's got to control the first job, and that's to hit that defender before she can go for that. So,
was that our sprint champion?
She would have scored 3 seconds
later. If I was a sprint champion, I'd be sniffing intercepts all day, every day. So you've got to take the good with the bad. Oh, and as we speak, there could have been a chance to take an intercept. Julia Epstein for the Rebels.
Long ball had to go to the winger.
So at least shut it down, shut the scoring opportunity down. So I suppose that's the next best option, but it gives the Cobras another opportunity and plenty of touches in the bank. And off the right foot, And the referee is going to call touch. So it's Hannah Forbes. So good to see Hannah's back on the field after copping those knees before. So she's recovered. That's great news for Hannah. And the Cobras all really compressed in the middle of the field. Forbes again throws it out wide. They're covered here. As Billy Barker takes the touch. It's 5th touch now for the Cobras. So they're going to have to go a bit of a miracle play here. Forbes turns on the inside, gets the ball back, but defended nicely from the from the Rebels.
7-6 with 5 to go. Simple, Scotty. Just make no mistakes, Rebels.
So let's see if they can do it. Oh, God!
Seriously, I'm not trying to put them off.
Yeah, I'm blaming no one for that but you. I completely agree in commentators' curses now that I've witnessed it firsthand. As we say, no mistakes. Bango. Ball down. Cobras attacking again now. They've made them pay the last few times where they've turned the ball over in their own end, the Rebels. So can they do that again?
Ball's going to go to Meg Muir here. She's going to walk in, get a quickie.
Barker gives it back to her again. Goes to go long. Wiggy gets hands up. Can't make any connection with the ball. Both referees are happy. And as we say, they have made them pay from a mistake. They've levelled it back up again. We're 7-all with 4 minutes to go in this women's open match between the Rebels and Cobras.
Meg showing good adaptation. Usually we've seen her dive 3 or 4 times. Eyes up. Bang, wings open. Get the ball in quickly. Nice play by Meg Muir. 7-all, Scotty. What do you think, mate? Who's going to get there?
Mate, I think it's probably going to end up being a draw.
What we got?
Just can't split them at the moment.
4 to go. What, 10-all?
Yeah, there's plenty of time, mate. It might be 15 all the way that they're going. And little juggle here from Rebels, but they're looking to hit back. They go short. And good touch there. Had to be made. She's been pretty good. Grace McConnell today, good in attack and obviously good in defence there. Scorito turns it back on the inside. They're just hoping, but they're losing ground again. So Cobras, they've got to get on the ball now. Drive up the other end. Let's see how they go. Waldy does that. Dishes to Celine, so they chew up an extra couple of metres there. Waldy gets the ball back again. Now they shift it out towards their left edge. Now McConnell comes back in field. Nice, takes the extra metres, but they've lost their way a little bit as the players, fresh players, are coming onto the field. Still a little bit clunky, the Cobras, as English takes the ball, resets. Throws the ball, they've got a little bit of space. Time! Oh. Now, the referees are going to have a little chat. They're going to give this
I
one.
thought she dropped that.
Yeah, let's have a look at the replay here. Referees give the try there to Caitlin Shade. So we're just waiting for the replay to come up. But really close as the replay comes in now. Gets down low. Oh, wow. The referees were in a pretty good position.
What would the bunker say, Scotty? If we went to the bunker?
Well, if we're in the bunker, we'd still be looking at another 8 to 10 replays before we could come up with a decision.
Sure.
Look, from where we were standing, the ball did look like it elevated a little bit when it came off the ground.
I need to say this. 2 to go. Cobras need to make no mistakes.
Oh, wow.
I need to... That's the game plan for Cobras. Ruck the ball, no mistakes.
Yeah, and they're doing well so far. They've got the lead. I think it's only the second time that they've actually had the lead in the games, but they've done a really great job to hang in there and to get themselves into a position where they do lead this match now. It's 8-7. Can they hold out? They'd have, and the Rebels have turned it over. So that's the defensive set they wanted. Now they've just got to hold the ball.
Cobras make a mistake. It's definitely commentator's
mate. I am so nervous in this set. All right, just hold the ball. They're doing well so far. They shift the ball. They're still not too worried about throwing the ball around as Muir steams on from the interchange box. The experienced head of Adams is on the field. So I think, oh, jeez.
Could have got 50-50. Could have gone the other. Could have been ball down there.
Yeah, so Cobras now, you think, will just take their time to take seconds off the clock. We're 1:20 left to go. But Muir, she doesn't need it. She doesn't want to take time off the clock. She's happy to get another touchdown. But the touch is made.
Just need to kill some time, Cobras. Just let Meg run a set of these. Run a sweep into the end goal.
So we're under a minute. She gets the ball back again. Muir goes.
Meg, don't
but, ball down. Probably just the wrong line
just
there.
Need to hold it. Well, just need to. Well, they got a penalty. They got lucky, but we just hold the ball, walk back, play the ball, kill some time, and you can win the game.
So a little bit of this is what's happening with Muir now. Goes back onto the inside, and it is a try to Adams. So they've done even better than having to worry about what the clock is. They've extended the lead out to 2 now. So it should be in the bag from the Cobras. And again, Muir, super impressive this match. He's really controlling things out there for the Cobras. Sets it up for Natasha Adams. Yep. And nice touchdown there for the Cobras.
Meg's been running those quickies all day. The link on the open side's got to realise she's got to be closer. It's simple as that. And it's just there's too much space there. But when she realises, it's too late.
As the full-time hooter goes in the background, the referee has pulled up stumps. And it's the Cobras from Brisbane City who have taken this one out. Final score 9 touchdowns to 7. And Swain, that's a pretty good fight back in the end there from the Cobras. They were chasing for the majority of the game, and in the last 5 minutes they managed to get the lead and then kick out to a 2-touchdown lead, and they've taken this one 9-7.
They were down 3-0, Scotty, and 9-4 that last sort of half an hour to them. So that's a great response considering their start. Maybe fresher legs because they haven't played a game, got them over the line. For Rebels, that's probably think one that's got away. Too many mistakes. Lead 3-0, make 2 minute mistakes, coming off the line. Give Cobras cheap ball. And Meg Muir, she set up how many tries?
Oh, mate, she
scored 2. Scored 2, set up 2 or 3.
Yep. She wasn't scoring them, she was setting them up. So
she had a great game and showed a bit of quality for Brisbane on that line. And look, they'll be dangerous moving forward. Cobras, Rebels will bounce back. You know, as long as they just cut their errors out, they should go right for the rest of the calm as well. So. Good result for Cobras. Rebels get their rhythm back in the next game.
So nice win there from Brisbane City. It starts their NTL campaign for 2019 with a win. And make sure you stay tuned to the live stream. There's plenty more games to come, as well as some Men's Open games this afternoon. And I'll be joined with the Australian Men's Open coach, Tony Trad, and Tristan Manor this afternoon for those matches. So
are we
stay
back
tuned.
on, Scotty? Are we back on sometime?
If we're not back on, obviously, when we go back tonight, we'll check the ratings. They're going to be skyrocketing on this match. Good to compare the ratings of yours and my matches compared to when Tony comes in later on. That'll be a nice little... we'll see. We'll see how we sum up. I think the chat about the coach's hat will obviously... was a highlight of that.
I feel sorry for the hat, considering they lost.
Yeah, well, that hat might not make it tomorrow. I'd hate to see what is happening to the hat right now. It might be getting a couple of feet stood onto it, but plenty more matches to come, so make sure you tune in, and we'll see you later on this afternoon for some Men's Open matches.
Thanks, Scotty. Pleasure as always.
Thanks, one. Bye now.